Hey everyone, Kane here, and welcome to another video of Art of Conquest. In this one, we have a new hero called the Thunderfister Lee, or whatever the hell his nickname is. So, I've tried a couple of builds on him. One build I did with Pacify and Dragon Sanctuary in terms of potential. It didn't really do any damage whatsoever, but it had a chance to stun, or like 10% chance to stun in terms of potential. And then this one increased the, I think, amount of a shield and the range of a shield. But then again, this did no damage. Then I looked into the dual tower a little bit of what people have used. And I've noticed that they were using the Thunderstruck and Overlord's Fist. So I tried to use that. And I didn't really make this particular hero break. But that can be due to a few things. So, the other people that kind of managed to break his damage do also have his potential 70, increasing the width of the Pacify by 50% and the range of Overlord Fist also by 50%. So, of course, you're hitting more targets, more units, more damage lands, and essentially that could like double, triple, or maybe sometimes even quadruple depending who, what, and where you hit, as well as, with a ton of debuffs that he actually has. This is actually probably one of like the better potential 70s that you might possibly put on any of your heroes. So I'll be testing this particular thing in the weekend, or rather on the weekend, probably during the stream as well. So, aside from that equipment, basically this particular set was made for this hero. I already put all of these equipments that I have prior to even checking the dual tower matches, just because I had the Drake set. I pretty much figured all of his abilities just do more damage, more utility from attack speed, and pretty much the attack speed scales as long as the battle just goes on. In terms of artifacts, Bazaric wasn't doing anything with this artifact, so I decided to put this on Elite. However, there is another artifact that people are also using on Elite, and that is this particular thing. Heal for the damage he does, more regeneration, more damage to heroes, and melee attacks run crippling effect that cause its target to deal 50% less damage. Now, the thing about that is I don't really know whether or not this particular 5-star can actually proc through the, 1 second. Let's read it. These basic attacks with land that's dealing that enemies it hits and spreading, reducing this effect. The area damaged by the line increases, deals... Well, this doesn't really spread the... I suppose the blood maw or whatever. So it really depends. I think, in theory, this Halcyon's Edge could actually be better in terms of the buffs, because it has more buffs. If he's being hit, you just do a lot more damage in terms of what you can do. But then again, this one also does percent damage. So you have to keep in mind that Lee is also hitting a lot more targets, a lot more units. So this could potentially proc on a lot of heroes even from the get-go. Of course, can also proc on the army, perhaps dragon. Really depends which side you're facing and which side you're doing. So I don't have this upgrade. That probably I'm not even gonna upgrade this, because I know some new artifacts are gonna come up in the future, which I have to upgrade. So, I'm gonna put this to the side and just use the Halcyon's Edge. Now, as I said, Drake said abilities +1, probably a must-have, because this hero literally works from just his abilities, like incredibly well. So I would think the Drake set is a must-have. Now, in terms of the Prism, there are a couple of choices that people went for. So, we have the Overwhelm, which increases HP and attack by 50%. When attacking, deal 50% additional damage If the target's HP is lower than the current bearer's, when attacked, reduces the damage taken by 35% if attacker's current HP is lower than the bearer's current health. So this acts both as a tanky and as a offensive prism. So you both get HP, you get attack, he's a tank, but also does damage. As well as there are a couple of other prisms that people use, but I did not test them out myself. So one of those was Devastating Strike. So in this particular case, some of those bears in Dual Tower hit like 300 billion damage or whatever. So I might actually try this as well when I put potential 70 during the weekend. And then we're gonna see whether or not this works. Probably just during a stream and not during any video. But if it's overpowered, I might do it in the video. And the other thing that I've noticed is Warlike. So every 15 seconds, recover HP and gain a bonus attack for 8 seconds. So this is the third prism that I have seen people using. Personally, I have no idea how this works, which one is better. Might actually try out the wave power because I use, I think, Arcane 10 on him. So he can cast 2 abilities. I mean, I would only cast like 1 ability every 30-35 seconds, but then again, this buff is actually pretty friggin' overpowered. So we're gonna see what happens, whether or not any of these could actually break it even more. And break it only in my own stage, because again, we have to remember I have not upgraded my literature that much. So in comparison to a lot of other people who have this particular hero, like literally 300 million attack at like 22 to 25 million core, it's a friggin' huge difference. Like this hero scales from attack value. And if you don't have attack value, he likely does not do that much from what I have noticed. So we're gonna check a couple of the fights. I'm gonna show you the differences and stuff like that. In terms of abilities, I have selected this. Pretty much, I copied the abilities from the Dual Tower, tested them out, and pretty much I do believe this works pretty well. A lot better than what I have decided to do, sort of like a utility, stun, debuff, whatever build that I had thought out of, since I didn't know that this hero would actually do damage, and apparently, again, he does damage, which is insane. Potential, these two, a must-have if you want to do damage. Potential 70, Ancestral Force, which I will get during the weekend. So, in terms of Hero Mastery, Arcane 10 and Rage 8, currently what I am using. I will try a few different ones in the future as well. Aside from that, what can make this particular hero break? So there are a few things. One of them is literature. So I don't yet have this particular reduction of resistance upgrade. I'm almost there. I'm gonna have enough books likely. I just need a little bit more of those feathers. I'm not really that lucky in terms of feathers. I'm probably just gonna be somewhere stuck on this one until I gather enough or whatever. I'm not sure. But I need like probably 2,500 more. I think I should have enough keys because it could be like 500 after tomorrow. Again, we will have to see. So that minus 40 resistance could actually break him. Or another thing could be the reliquary, because you have to remember we are selecting magic damage dealt 42%. We also have physical damage dealt. Lee is a physical damage dealer, so I'm not sure if this would help him out a lot, since majority of my field is mages. So really not that sure. So aside from that, let's jump into a couple of fights that I have done. So I was climbing to 4,000. I faced this person. Again, I am not like sure whether or not these people made proper formations or not. I didn't really get into their prisms and stuff like that. So I cannot really say whether or not they had a very strong field. I was just climbing and testing the damage. So basically, this is the only fight that I have made where the bear actually did a ton of damage. I'm not sure if he tanked that much or did much, but he did manage to do that amount of damage. Going into the other fights, we faced Burst versus Burst against this guy. I killed quite a few of his heroes, but he killed my dragon and then he killed my other heroes. So in this one, Avril most damage in terms of this. My bear was attacking most of the time, and his bear did 25 million damage. So he did 25 million probably mainly to heroes, or majority of it was to heroes. So he had 4-star Blood Maws. He has Warlike, which I have said already. In terms of attack value, he has 100 million attack value more than my own. So you can pretty much assume that he has invested in literature quite a bit. So aside from that, it was just a couple of bots while climbing. This one was a quick fight. Bear did 3 billion. I faced another person. Bear did like 3 billion. My mages just literally bodied everything after this update. Pretty much what happened was, where is it? This band of bishop just literally got obliterated to the point it literally was reduced by like 4 or 5 times the effect of what it can actually do. Like before, this literally made the stall side invincible. Now, pretty much you can just lay waste to a stall side without any issue whatsoever. So this particular artifact got destroyed entirely. So pretty much, aside from that, I really don't know if the fights were the best at the moment since I was climbing to 4,000. This particular person, I think one time I lost, one time I stalled out, and I think 2 times I won. So this time it was a 3rd time. He's doing priest or something now. I'm not sure if he's trolling or just trying it out. But he made his bear do damage, my bear did no damage, so it's pretty freaking random. But we're gonna have a better idea during the weekend what the bear can actually do or how it can perform. Again, we'll have potential 70 on him. Will it change around in terms of hero mastery? We'll see what we're gonna do, and maybe we might be able to break it in terms of the mid game as well, in terms of not very huge attack values or whatever. Because if I would remove this and put like Devastating Strike, this guy would be like a very tiny gladiator. A couple of hits and he's dead instantly. So I think I still need something that would increase his damage as well as a little bit of tankiness and stuff. So I don't know, we will test out and we will see. That's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. As well as if you would wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that. In return, I would be able to help you out more individually in terms of events, PvP formations, and stuff like that. As well as I would like to thank all of my patrons for the support. I really appreciate it for your subscriptions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.